Are you seeing more activity in the venture world than maybe some of the PE folks are that are a little bit downstream?
Capital is tight right now across, board, because it's an entire food chain that goes from the largest guys from Tiger Global all the way down to smaller funds like me. And it's a lot of it has to do with just general uncertainty. And we just got out of of the 2022 21 where there was so much money on the table. Valuations were through the chart. And those companies, there were a lot of businesses that were taking money that probably shouldn't have been taking money. But the problem is the VCs had to deploy them. So now that we've kind of gotten out of that, I think politics is starting to, the uncertainty of where our markets are from where politics is coming off an election to having a new president, that there's a lot of uncertainty, and that stops capital. Whether the markets are going up or down, the world can address that. But the uncertainty of not knowing what's going to happen tomorrow stops capital in its tracks. And I think that that's where we're at a point right now. And I'd quote you the number, but I can't remember. But the amount of cash that's on the sideline right now is absolutely incredible. It's just not being deployed.
Yeah, it was funny. Kind of pre-election, a lot of the private equity firms were kind of in pause mode because they had plans for either candidate, but they didn't want to move forward because they weren't sure who was going to get it. And then, now that Trump's in office, it's like they have that plan going forward, but the tariffs and some other things have kind of caused some uncertainty. And so, there is still this kind of logjam where people are still kind of a little bit in wait and see mode. I was at a conference a couple of weeks ago, and it was very much we thought Q1 was going to be super, aggressive and very fast paced. And I guess deal flow hasn't kind of launched as fast as they thought. And so now it's like, okay, well, maybe Q2, Q3 is kind of where things may start to open up. And it's, if people start projecting out 6 months, it's kind of like, I don't know if they know kind of what the story is, right? And I think nobody knows kind of where directionally we're going to go. But to your point, uncertainty is way more volatile than if we know if we're in a recession, well, at least we know how to operate in that environment, right? If we're in a bull market, we know how to operate in that environment. But with this uncertainty, there's a little bit of uncertainty of where we're going to go. I don't know if you think that's kind of the direction or kind of what people are thinking.
I do. Great companies come out of tight markets, and we're definitely in a tight market right now. And I don't have a crystal ball of how it's going to play out, but it will play out. And good deals are good deals. And there are companies out there that are basically fighting through the issues of not being able to get capital, not getting able to get the resources they want. And they're figuring out how to kick open those doors and continue those companies. And as those companies go forward, when the capital comes on, people will be beating on their door to get them.
Yeah.